Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Covered in Style here. Today we are using this beautiful palette by Desi and Katy for Dose of Colors. It's the Friendcation palette. Okay, so today we're utilizing the green in the palette, so let's get started. Start with our primer, Infallible Matte Lock Primer. Don't use too much, but I really wanted a matte look for this look today. So I wanted to use the Coverfx Power Play Foundation today. It's matte, it's transfer resistant, and it's also cruelty free, so why not? I usually apply my foundation with the brush first to get it dispersed on my face, and then I will use the Beauty Blender to blend it all out. Now the beauty sponge is probably the best way to get that flawless finish. Now I've been playing with this Can't Stop Won't Stop NYX concealer for 3 reasons. It's transfer resistant, cruelty free, long lasting, and actually it's really a full coverage concealer. So I just blended out with my beauty blender and voila. Hello Fenty. So today I am using the Pro Filter setting powder by Fenty. I usually dust on my setting powder first and then bake after. I just really want to lock in the concealer where I've placed it and avoid creases. So the quicker you do it, the less creases. Now for the brows. I could really have a whole nother segment on brows. Everybody loves brows. Brows changes the whole face. There's so many different ways to do it, but today normally I like to go for a bushy but sleek brow. Just dusting off some of the powder around my nose. And I'm using an angled flat brush to do this. I usually line my brows first, use that extra product and brush it through in little hair-like strokes, and then I'll use my spoolie, brush through before I add more product, and repeat. Now I'm gonna do another video showing you how to step-by-step do the bushy but sleek look and maybe some different brows in there, but today, I'm just gonna speed through this process. A flat pointed brush here and take the concealer and just create more definition under the eyebrows and set a layer of concealer on the eyelid for eyeshadow. I can't tell you enough how much I love this palette. Again, this is Dose of Colors, Desi and Katy. I love it because it has 2 light browns, 2 dark browns. It has a pop of color and then pink. So we're going to start with the churro, the light darker brown, and we're just going to create a shape. And with the shape, you're just going to darken up the color and just blend out the edges. You just really want to create a wash of color here. We're going to take the darker color in the palette, Cheens, and we're just going to darken up the outer corner of the eye, sort of like a contour. So you take a fluffy pointed brush, blending brush, and just darken up the corner of that wash of color we did before. This is really like a contour to the eye. So it's really gonna highlight the green that we're gonna utilize. Honey, if I don't teach you anything, blending will be one of them. If you have harsh lines, if you have big deposits of color, just buff it out. Every look calls for something different, but this one we're gonna buff out our harsh lines. Now we're gonna take the concealer we used before and we're going to cut the crease. I'm not the best at this, so I know it's scary, but sometimes you need it to differentiate the colors. And sometimes when you don't do this, you have one color blending into another color and it just doesn't make sense. Okay, girl, we're gonna go in that Dirty Money. I really love the colors that they have in this palette because I think it's gonna be able to work for all skin types. I mean, your dark girls, your light girls, they'll all look different in these colors, but oh, they're so beautiful. So we're just gonna take this beautiful green and we're gonna put it onto the concealer that we just applied. I am gonna go a little bit above on this eye because I think I made it cut a little short, but that's the beauty of makeup. You can make it work. And look at that. It's so vibrant and so shiny. I love it. And I'm just going to dip back into Cheens and just kind of melt the colors together. Just a quick little blend. Make sure you don't see no harsh lines with our concealer that we just applied, and just melt the two together. Girl, bye. These names for these colors are so cute and probably represent them well. But we're gonna take Girl Bye that I love. It's like a mauve pink color, and we're just gonna put it underneath the lash line. This is just gonna give us a little color underneath. I started doing this after watching the bloggers, and it really does highlight your eyes. It completes the look. You always feel like sometimes when you're doing a smoky eye that you're missing something, and it's usually a little wash of color underneath the lash line. So I love an inner corner highlight, using just a kiss here, just to sparkle it up just a little bit. Okay, so here's a trick I learned from watching Sir John do makeup. And you take a shade that's a couple of shades lighter than your skin tone, right? And that's why I love this palette, because it has 2 dark browns and 2 light shades. So you take the color and you just clean up the edges of the eyeshadow. It kind of just helps blend everything together and really just make the makeup look flawless. Now I know I should have shown you how to put on lashes here, but I'm going to do another video and I'll show you how I do my lashes because it's kind of a process. So we are going to do the contour now. So we have Fenty Beauty in the color medium, their cream contour. I really, really like it. A little bit goes a long way. So take your brush. I got advice from the Sephora assistant. She told me to use this angled fluffy brush, so I bought it. You just kind of make your markings on your face and you just lightly fade it upwards. You know, they say it's better to brush upwards than downwards to avoid the wrinkles. So here we go. Alright, so I'm going to contour my nose now. I like to do this just to kind of give that snatched look to your nose. I don't really need it, but you could use a skinnier brush here too. I kind of just use the thicker brush just because I want it to have shadow. I don't really need like that precision. Mocha Mami and Fenty, we use this to just go over the cream contour. Anywhere we put the cream contour, we're gonna put the Fenty Mocha Mami, and it's gonna help set it, and it's also just gonna add that blended look. You know, we want it to look natural. We don't want to see those harsh lines, so I use a fluffy brush for this and just go over my cream contour. This is my favorite part of doing my makeup, is spraying it with the all-nighter spray. I use a couple different ones now, but this is just when you know it's almost done and it helps set. I do my highlighter after I spray my setting spray because it just makes the highlighter pop more. I really just apply the highlighter where the sun hits you, where the light hits your face, the protruding parts of your face. Now when you go in with your blush, I take a fluffy brush for this, kind of at an angle, and I just apply it like right below the apples of my cheeks. I don't put it all over. I usually cut it in half in my head and aim for the lower half of my apples of the cheeks. I put it on the forehead. I'm really just bringing back that natural blushing color. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the little bell button if you want to know when I post next. And we're just going to finish off this look. So put a little highlight, do a little blush. I always make sure I set spray before mascara. You don't want your mascara running everywhere. We're just gonna hit it with a little lash, lips, and we're done. On the liner, we're using the ColourPop BFF by Makeup Shayla. And then on the lips, I'm gonna use the MAC Whirl, which I love, my go-to, every day. A little pink, a little nude, mixed together. It just works well for me. So anyways, we'll see you on the next post. Bye. Thanks for watching.